How are we, everybody? You're very welcome along to this preview show. The Reds travel to London to take on Fulham at Craven Cottage and what is a Sunday 4:30pm kickoff. I'm going to take you through my predicted 11, my score prediction for the game, and have a chat around all the other bits and pieces. Firstly, let's start with the manager's pre-match press conference that took place earlier on today. There is some good news, ladies and gentlemen. ALISSON was going to be training today, and if he had no adverse reactions to that training, he is going to be in the squad for the game against Fulham coming up on Sunday, which is absolutely cracking news. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is also going to be in the matchday squad, although I don't really expect him to start, to be honest, with him being out for so long. But having him on the bench, bringing him back in, giving him 10 or 15 minutes, nothing wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to see the injury crisis starting to get a bit better at Liverpool. And then the manager went on also to talk about his situation or his take on VAR, and he said that originally he was for VAR and now it's kind of gone the other way for him. He's saying that he's thinking we all didn't think this through, and you know what, I think he's probably right, as Jurgen Klopp usually is on these things. So yeah, that's pretty much the highlights of Jurgen Klopp's press conference today. Nothing really major, no breaking news from that one. But I am going to go through, as I said, my predicted 11 score predictions and everything else in between. Hello to everyone that's watching. I apologise that it's a bit earlier than normal tonight. I just have some stuff that I need to get done later on. So yeah, sorry for the early one. If you're watching this back in a replay, don't care that it was a bit early. You're going to get to watch it anyway. So I'm going to go through my predicted 11 score predictions, folks. Then I'm going to go into the chat and see how everyone's feeling about the game, and we'll go from there. So look, let's start off with an out score prediction, shall we? And for me, I've gone straight in 3-0 win for the Reds. Load of people going to be coming at me saying, Craig, don't take Fulham for granted, don't be so arrogant. I hear you and I get you, but I genuinely believe we're going to go and turn them over because I think we're too good for them. I think Fulham are one of the worst teams in the Premier League. Nothing can be taken for granted. I get you. I could have easily gone 3-1 here. Nobody probably would have batted an eyelid. But I've gone for a 3-0 away win for the Reds, and I think that's justified. And you know what, folks? If you're as confident as me and you fancy having a little flutter on the game, why not go and check out our sponsors, Boyle Sports. There is a sign up in the description of the stream if you want to go over and join Boyle Sports. This is what I have for the bet. If you fancy my 3-0 win, you can see it there. Boyle Sports currently have it at 8-1 for the Reds to go and get a 3-0 win at Craven Cottage. I've got my tenner on it. If you fancy backing what I'm backing, you know the link's in the description. As always, we urge you guys to gamble responsibly. A massive thank you to Boyle Sports for everything, pretty much everything. They've just been wonderful to work with. And again, if you're going to have a little flutter on the game, why not? And look, it's a really good time to sign up to Boyle as well, because if you're going to have a little bet on the Manchester Derby this weekend, Boyle have a fantastic no-lose offer yet again. You log on, place 10 quid bet, maximum for 10 quid bet, and you get a tenner back if your bet loses as a free bet. Can't ask for much more than that. As always, folks, we do want you to gamble responsibly, as do our sponsors Boyle. But if you fancy my 3-0, there you go. So look, I'm going to go through my predicted 11 now as well, see how you guys feel about that one. This is what I'm going for in my predicted 11, ladies and gentlemen. Another bit of news today from the press conference was that Diogo Jota picked up a knock as well. Sorry, that slipped my mind. I should have said that earlier on. So it doesn't look like Diogo Jota is going to be included. But look, let me take you through my predicted 11 and we'll go from there. So this is what I've gone for, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just remove the betting offer there, because you don't need to be seeing that while I have this up. You want to see Alisson's beautiful face, don't you? So Alisson back in goal for me. Nothing against Caoimhín Kelleher. You know I love me a bit of Caoimhín, but if Alisson's back, he's the number one. I'm expecting Trent to come back in at right back as well. Robbo at left back. Fabinho, Matip, centre-back pairing. I don't think anybody's really going to argue with that one. That seems to be where the gaffer will go. Moving into midfield then, I think the gaffer's going to stick to the all-reliable Jordan Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, and his new favourite go-to man, Mr. Curtis Jones. And you know what? I think Curtis deserves the shirt. There's going to be a load of calls for other players, and as always, folks, I understand other people's thinking on this. I just think this is what the gaffer's going to go with. Jordan Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum, and Curtis Jones. And then obviously with Diogo Jota not being available up front, I think he's going to go for the old three. Mane, Firmino and Salah. That's a pretty strong team, folks, and that's one that I think can get the job done against Fulham. But as always, I want to know what you guys think about this, so let me know your comments about it in the chat. Nothing else really to talk about other than I don't really see this as being much of a problem game, and I don't mean it to be disrespectful to Fulham because they've earned the right to be in the Premier League, but we should be going to Fulham and getting a handy victory, folks. It should be pretty much straightforward. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm going to dip into the chat and see how everybody else is feeling. A draw in the Bank Derby would be great, said Neil Davies. Need goals and goals for sure. Yeah, I said this a while ago. I feel like we're going to give somebody an absolute hiding soon. I didn't expect it to be Wolves, in all honesty. I'm still flabbergasted that we beat them 4-0 because I have a lot of admiration for Wolves, the way they set up, but we were far the better side. So Yeah, I have no arguments about that one either. Fulham don't really have anyone. Mitrovic, I mean, we should be able to handle Mitrovic. He's a championship level player, a lower Premier League level player. I think Fabinho and Matip will put him in their back pocket. Other than that, Scott Parker's got Fulham trying to play some good football, but they're a fairly young, inexperienced team at times as well. I'm not a big fan of Areola, their goalkeeper, either. I think he can be gotten at. Watched him during this time at PSG as well. Never really somebody who I was convinced by, so again, I'm telling Curtis Jones, get your side in early, mate, get shots in and around the area, give him something to think about. But that's my take on it. It really should be a fairly straightforward evening's work if the Reds are at it. If they're not at it, then as anything, folks, it's the Premier League and you could get punished. So again, let me see how you're all feeling. I think Naby's going to start, said Hassan. Again, mate, I have no objections to Naby starting. You know that. I just think that this is where the gaffer will go. I just think that Curtis Jones has now manoeuvred his way in to be the third choice midfielder, and I think he's earned that shirt. If Naby plays, I'm going to be very happy. You know I love Naby Keita. And again, it's great to see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain get back on the bench and get some minutes. Liz said, strong squad, I like it. Liz has gone for a 4-1 win to the Reds. Hello, Paddy Stewart, how are you, mate? Tiago agrees with me, and if Tiago's agreeing with me, it's can't go too far wrong. Now, the big breaking news over the past 24 hours is that Anfield Agenda is now on TikTok. Oh yes, you heard me correct. Anfield Agenda is now on TikTok. And you know what? We've already had a video taken down for sexual content. And I'm not even joking. You can guess which one it was. It was when Craig got the man boobs out in the Barcelona celebrations on TikTok a day. And we already had a video taken down. Now, I'm taking that as TikTok is saying that I'm too sexy for that platform. And they're right. In fairness to them, they're right. But we've still disguised it and put it back up again. So again, the link to our TikTok account. I never thought I'd be sitting here saying Anfield Agenda have a TikTok account, but Mr. Connor Crosby in his infinite wisdom decided that we need one. So there you go. If you want to join our TikTok family, go up, click on that link and give us a follow. What have we got? Prediction for the derby, said Hafid. I'm going to be covering the derby tomorrow actually on Mundo Sport, our second channel. So if you want to come over and... Sorry, I'm just kicking somebody out of the chat. If you want to come over and join us for that one tomorrow, I'll be going live at about 5:15 on Mundo Sport, though. The match starts at 5:30, and then I'll be back on Sunday, of course, for the late night, not for the late night agenda, for the game, for the Fulham game. But yeah, Mundo Sport, I was really closing in on 3,000 subscribers now, folks. So if you like what we do on here, don't forget that second channel, because we're going to be putting out a lot more content on there moving forward as well. And I've got some more good news. The good news keeps coming on Anfield Agenda. So I know a lot of you guys enjoyed the chat that I had with Ian Brewster, Ian's dad. Well, Ian has agreed to come on as a bit of a regular fixture on the channel. So to start off with, we're going to be bringing Ian on maybe every couple of weeks or so to have a bit of a catch up and chat about the Reds, because most importantly, Ian is a massive Liverpool fan. So why not have Ian back on and we'll talk about the Reds. We'll catch up with Ian every couple of weeks and see how he's feeling about life being a Liverpool fan. I really enjoyed my chat with him. He was really easy to get on with. So we've kept in contact and we've said, hey, why not come back on, mate? Why not have a bit of fun? And he said, I'm up for that, Craig. So yeah, look forward to more of Ian Brewster on the channel as well. Uncle Craig, how are you? I'm alright, Paul, mate. How are you? 3-0 to Liverpool, said Naseeb. 1-0 for the 3 points will do me, said Michael. Yeah, I'm like you, Michael. 3 points is all that matters to me, mate. If it comes about and a 9-0 victory where we play the best football of our lives, brilliant. But if it comes around as an Areola own goal in the 96th minute, I couldn't care less either, mate. It's just about getting the 3 points and then moving on to the game against Spurs coming up next Wednesday. Rahul said, hi Craig, TikTok app is banned in India. I don't even have the app, mate, on my phone. Connor's doing it all. He's just, I'm just doing what I'm told, basically. You know me, mate, I'm too old for TikTok to be on there. What would I be doing? Like, I'd probably end up dancing if I'm being honest with you, and nobody wants to see me dance. Dara said, Pulev looked good at the weigh-in. He's getting sparked, Dara. I can see something in Joshua's eyes. Pulev's getting sparked in that one. AJ fighting Pulev tomorrow night, folks. How long is Hits out for? I think you meant JOTA, is it? I don't know if that's what you're saying, but how long is Hits out for? I don't know what that means, pal, sorry. Right. I just want Bobby to get a goal. Oh, I'm so hopeful of Bobby getting a goal tomorrow as well. Fans inside the ground, obviously, tomorrow as well, because it's in London. Excuse me, not tomorrow, Sunday, because it's in London. I'd love Bobby to get himself a goal and then go into Anfield on Wednesday, flying full of confidence for the visit of Spurs as well. I'm unaware, as things stand right now, if the Diogo Jota knock will rule him out of the Spurs game or not, but I'm sure the manager will keep us up to date as that progresses. 2-0, Dave Smith's gone for 2-0 win for the Reds. Mane needs to score, said Lance. I'd love him to score, Lance. You're right, mate. I think Mane scoring will give him even a bit more confidence because he's playing well, Sadio Mane. I'm really impressed with how he's getting on. Minamino should start, said Michael Manning. I don't know, man. Away from home against Fulham. I don't know about the Minamino starting thing. Now, we did play during the week, of course, in the Champions League, but again, I think that we'll see the gaffer going with Curtis Jones, Gini Wijnaldum and Jordan Henderson, but you can make arguments for a lot of different players, and I suppose that's the great part about having such a good squad, isn't it? Craig, Robbo was brilliant versus Wolves. Robbo's brilliant. Full stop, man. He's my player of the season so far for the Reds, by the way, Andy Robertson. I think he is just consistency and fitness personified. TTV's going 6-1 prediction. Wow, that's a big one, mate. Dave Smith said Pulev 38. He's getting beat, so tough. Yeah, he's. I don't. You know, Pulev's a good, solid professional, Dave. And I know we're going in and out of boxing here, folks, so bear with us. But look, he's had one loss to Vladimir Klitschko, but I watch him and I just think he's got a good jab and he stays behind that jab. But I just see AJ connecting and it being night at some point. Would you risk ALISSON or stick with Kelleher? There's not. If he plays, there's no risk to ALISSON, I would say. The medical staff will have to be 100% happy. And as the manager said in the press conference earlier on, you know, when he trained today, we'll wait and see if there's any adverse reaction, if he's feeling anything in that leg. And then if he is, they'll rest him and we'll go with Creevin. And I've no issues with that either. But, you know, if he starts, then they're fairly happy. The medical department will be fairly happy that he's good to go. I think Jota will be in the bench. He picked up a knock, Thiago, mate, but you know, don't know if that rules him out completely. I think it does, to be honest. I think the gaffer will want to make sure that Diogo will be available for the Wednesday game against Spurs. But again, we'll have to wait and see. Minamino has barely played. Why sell him, said Dave. I'm not the one they'll ask him to sell him, mate. I've been fully behind Takumi Minamino from day one, and I think that Klopp's asking him now to play and get used to a different position, that attacking midfield role. You know my thoughts on this. I think with Thiago coming in, when he gets onto the pitch, it'll be him and Hendo and then one attacking player ahead. That could be Minamino, that could be Chamberlain, that could be Keita, that could be Bobby Firmino dropping deep. It'll give the gaffer a whole load of options. Do I think VAR is going to rob us again? I don't. Do you know what? I don't even want to think about VAR until it happens, because we give it enough time and enough thought and enough, I suppose, enough headaches it gives us to just. I don't even talk about VAR until we get robbed the next time, mate, because if I do, I'll just end up going off on a rant again, and nobody wants that. Craig, Klopp said Jota is in full training. He had a little knock, but maybe not starting squad and getting the bench. I want him ready for Spurs. I'm the same. I would rather, you know, leave Diogo on the bench there. Hopefully, you know, he recovers fully. If we need him, then maybe you have to risk him. But hopefully the lads that start can get the job done, and then we can have a fully fresh and fit Diogo Jota ready to go against Spurs on Wednesday, which is going to be another massive game. Anybody lucky enough, by the way, to get tickets in the ballot, let me know, you jammy gits. Thoughts on Oxlade-Chamberlain for this game? He won't start. There is not a hope in hell after being as long out as he has that he'll start. But I do expect him to get some minutes, and that's going to be part of his rehabilitation process. He'll get 15 here, then half an hour, and you know, then maybe he'll get a first half, or he'll get 60. It's about working back up, because whatever you do in training, you can't replicate the intensity of a real competitive game of football on the training ground. So I want to make sure that we ease Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain back in, because nobody, himself included, and I'm sure the rest of the squad, want him to come back too early or do a little bit too much and feel something and then be out for another couple of weeks. Sam Southall, mate, I am feeling good today, but after your shitty post, mate, that I seen on one of our videos calling us red bastards, Sam, let me tell you something, buddy. You can absolutely 100% go and fuck yourself to the highest order, Sam. Don't you dare speak about Liverpool fans like that, calling them red bastards. Sick, mate. So all the time I had for you, Sam, you used to always read out your comments in the chat. I don't like people who are two-faced, mate. So let me just be open again and say, you're done on here, pal. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. Keep those shitty opinions to yourself and learn some respect, mate. Like you were given when you came into our chat. Right, what else have we got? Who do I think is going to score? I'm not somebody, Ivan, that minds who scores the goals. You know, I do like the idea of Bobby getting one because I'm a massive Bobby Firmino fan. But other than that, you know, I don't mind as long as we pick up the 3 points. I mean, it's the club that we support. I don't really care about the likes of Golden Boot challenges and all this type of stuff. That's for the players. That's for their own individual stuff. But to me, I just want the team to pick up the 3 points. And however that comes about, I'm all good with it. How am I doing? Yes, sir, I'm brilliant, mate, and I hope you are as well. I'm fully getting into the festive season, and yeah, looking forward to some football, lots of football, some more time with the family, and yeah, just having a nice, relaxed, festive season, hopefully. My prediction is Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1. It's in Old Trafford, buddy, so flip that. But yeah, you're going for a 2-1 win for City in that game. 2-2 was my prediction for the Manchester Derby, which, by the way, of course, we are doing on Mundo Sporto. There is a link to Mundo Sporto pinned to the top of the live chat now, so if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you do and turn notifications on as well. I'll be live on there from about 5:15 tomorrow, and I'm really intrigued to see how this game goes, by the way, because United usually up their game for a Manc Derby, but other than that, you know, couldn't give a shite about either club. But you know, we want to build a second channel. I want to watch more football, and I'm going to be watching it. I might as well be watching it with you guys, so why not? Somebody else there said I seen that comment from Sam as well. Yeah, I was shocked by it. It just came completely out of nowhere, and I just didn't get what was the point of it. We beat them. We showed him respect. He was respectful until that comment. I don't know. I don't like two-faced people, as I've said. Who's the ref for the game versus Fulham? Isn't Anthony Taylor, if I got that wrong? Or is he... I'm fairly sure it's Anthony Taylor for the game against Fulham, mate, if my memory's correct. TTV Klopp's feeling very Christmassy lately. Nice. Right, for those coming in a little bit late, let me take you through my predicted lineup again for the game against Fulham coming up on Sunday. So I think the gaffer's going to bring ALISSON back in. Hopefully he doesn't have any adverse reaction to the training. Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Joe Matip and Fabinho as the centre back pair for me. My personal opinion is we're going to see Jordan Henderson, Gini Wijnaldum and Curtis Jones to get that midfield spot again. And then with Diogo Jota carrying a possible knock, probably best to either rest him or at least give him a time on the bench and maybe bring him on for 20 if we need him, and then go Mane, Firmino and Salah up top. That's what I predict, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I'm happy to hear different versions of it. Maybe people think we're going to completely change it up, I don't know, but let me know what you think of this predicted lineup as well. Scotty, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Do I think Salah will start? Absolutely, Ryan, particularly with Diogo Jota having that knock, mate. I think the old front three, as I like to call them, I think will start. Andre Mariner's the referee. Thank you. Connor pinned that up to the top of the chat. Apologies. Andre Mariner is the referee for the game. I thought I'd read Anthony Taylor. Is Anthony Taylor on VAR or something? I just thought I'd read something about Anthony Taylor. But anyway, I'm wrong. It is Andre Mariner. Thank you, Connor. Who's the Sam guy? He was a Wolves fan, mate. They got a little bit snotty after they got their ass handed to them last week. I play Phillips instead of Fabinho to give Fabinho a rest for Wednesday, said Danny Dog. I suppose he played 45 minutes against Midtjylland, but has had a bit of time to rest since then. But I hear where you're coming from, mate. And if the gaffer decides to go with him, I'm all for it. Do you know what I mean? Whoever Jurgen Klopp goes with, it's good with me, mate. As long as we leave London with the 3 points on Sunday, I won't mind. When will Phillips get another chance at centre-back? I don't know. I mean, it's crazy to think, isn't it, how close he was to leaving in the summer. There was interest from Bristol City and a few other clubs. I think Stuttgart even wanted to take him back there, but thankfully Liverpool didn't let him go, and he ended up getting some game time, which is great. And of course we weren't able to use him in the Champions League, which gave Reece Williams the opportunity to come through. A little bit of transfer news today, ladies and gentlemen. You remember Szoboszlai, the guy from Salzburg? Well, he has decided where he's moving to, and in the January market he will be moving to Leipzig, which isn't really that much of a surprise, I suppose. Going from Salzburg to Leipzig, there's a lot of players have made that progression. He was interested he was of interest to Liverpool, Arsenal, Real Madrid and a host of other top clubs around Europe. the Hungarian international has decided to move on to RB Leipzig for the next step in his career. And you know what? I think he'll absolutely tear it up there as well. And we'll still be talking about this guy moving to the Premier League in a couple of years because he looks like a wonderful talent. So that is a bit of transfer news, ladies and gents. There are a few Manchester United fans out there that, God bless them, really do think that there is a slight chance they will sign Kylian Mbappe. I don't think there's any chance in hell that Manchester United will get Kylian Mbappe, but there you go. We'll have to wait and see what happens on that one. Craig, put your predicted team up again. Nope, sorry, Dommy, mate. I've done it twice in this video already, and it's only 20 minutes old. So, thoughts on Trent being back? Over the moon, mate. Absolutely over the moon. It was a good experience to see Trent with the captain's armband, wasn't it? On during the week, for the game against Midtjylland. Obviously, when the gaffer Hendo came on, the real gaffer of the pitch, he got given the armband. But you know, you could see Trent in the future with that armband. It didn't look out of place on his arm. I'm really good, thank you, Sidan Gupta. Welcome in, mate. Lovely to see you in. What do I think about Spurs? Said Ivan. A good, solid team, Spurs. And look, Son and Kane are in fantastic form right now. Lucas Moura will work his heart out as well. They've got Gareth Bale, who, look, isn't the player he was, but can still be a threat. Reguilon has been a good addition, a full-back for them. I still think Hugo Lloris has a mistake in him and can be gotten at. But, you know, Spurs are a good, solid team. I think we're a better team, but, you know, I guess time will tell. At the end of the season, we'll all find out. But I think we'll be keeping this unbeaten run going. That's just my take on it. Even if that is a draw or whatever, I just can't see our 65 game unbeaten home run getting stopped, particularly now that we've got 2,000 Reds that'll be inside Anfield for the game. So Sunam said, "Hi Craig, we'll sign Pats and Daka in the next 2 transfer windows." No argument for me about Daka, mate. He looks like a quality footballer. So yeah, look, if we go after Pats and Daka, I'm all for it. No argument whatsoever. King Afsan has gone for a 3-0 win for the Reds as well. Craig, did you ever watch the films Friday? Yes, I did, and I know that Debo passed away, mate. I'm a massive fan of Friday, next Friday, and the Friday after next. They were a massive part of me growing up. I love those films. So yeah, the actor that played Debo passed away, as did Barbara Windsor yesterday. So again, 2020 just kicking us in the ass, and may they both rest in peace, and lots of love to their families. Rabadan said, "This round I support Palace as well." Go on, Roy, he said. Yeah, I'm in a really tricky position for the game, the United City game, because I see City as a real threat. So I kind of would rather United win in that game, but maybe a draw is the result that I'm hoping for deep down. LFC News said, "I'm scared of Son and Kane." Look, they're cracking players and they're in great form, but don't forget who we have. Again, I always think the team should worry about us rather than us worrying about them. We'll have a plan in place to try and keep Harry Kane and Son quiet. It'll be a very difficult task because they're cracking footballers. But I think we can win that game against Spurs, and it'll be an interesting tactical battle between Mourinho and Klopp for sure. Eno, how are you, mate? Lovely to see you back in. Thiago back in January, said King Afsan. Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be back this side of Christmas, to be honest, folks. And look, again, one more time, if you are going to have a little flutter on the game and you want to back my prediction with our sponsors, Boyle Sports, I've gone for a 3-0 win for the Reds. You can get that at Boyle Sports at 8-1. And don't forget about their fantastic offer as well for the Manchester Derby. They have a £10 no-lose bet. If you go on there and you back whatever single result you want from the game, if it doesn't come up for you, Boyle Sports will credit your account with a tenner free bet. And as always, we urge you guys to please gamble responsibly and use the link in our description if you want to go over to Boyle. It lets them know that we sent you. That's basically it. And again, when you sign up to Boyle and you deposit and place your first bet, you'll also get a free bet from Boyle as well. So this is a great game. The Manchester Derby is a belter of a game to go over, and create your account with Boyle and put your first tenner on, because stick your tenner in, put your tenner on the Manchester Derby. If that doesn't come up for you, you'll get your free bet from Boyle anyway, and your free tenner bet back for the Manchester bet not coming up. So great time to deposit as well. And again, they've done a lot of good things for us, and we want to help Boyle Sports as much as we can, because without them we wouldn't be able to be putting out the amount of stuff that we have. So again, lots of love to our friends and partners over at Boyle Sports. Love your updates. Thank you very much, mate. And hopefully they're going to be coming more frequently. We're going to be looking to put out a piece of content earlier on in the day as well. So hopefully now you'll get a fresh video coming out at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then you'll have our late night agendas as well. So we're looking to up the levels of content that we put out there, folks. As always, we listen to your feedback and it means a lot to us. Do I think we should get rid of Origi? Yes. I'm going to be honest, man. Yes, I do. I won't disrespect Divock. I'm not going to come on here and start slating or calling them names, but I think it's the right time. We'll always have the memories, but yeah, look, I think it is the right time for Divock to move on. A bit early for a late night agenda. It is, Yusuf, but you know, I've got stuff to do tonight, mate. My calendar is getting busier and busier and busier because with the games coming up, with a few other bits and pieces I have to do as well, with Mundo Sporto, with the TikTok account, with me being back on Twitter, and you heard me right, I am back on Twitter. So if you want to give me a follow on Twitter, you can just search my name, @CraigHoulden. And remember, there's a U in Houlden. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, @CraigHoulden. If you want to follow Mr. Crosby, it is just that, @Mr. Crosby _, and that's MR, not the whole Mr. @MR Crosby _, and of course Anfield Agenda as well on there's me knocking my microphone, on TikTok, on Twitter and on Instagram. Instagram accounts closing in on 30k as well. Can't believe it. I don't think we've any right to be growing like we are, folks. Look at that number there, top corner, heading towards 60,000 subscribers. Wow. So look, if you enjoy what we do, hit the subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well. And don't forget, we still have memberships on the channel, which I never really talk about anymore. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is click the blue join button. If you don't see the blue join button, there's a link in the description. You've got your loyalty badges. You know, they change colour the longer you're with us. You've got all the custom emojis. But most importantly to me, you get access to the Anfield Agenda Discord group. And I know I say this a lot, but any of our members will tell you, I do share stuff in there first. I do give out transfer news first. I give out all the stuff that we talk about on stream and some stuff we don't talk about on stream, first of all, to our members of our Discord group, because they're supporting the channel in a financial way, and I think it's only right that we give them that little heads up. I'm trying to do a super chat for £100, but it ain't let me. You're my favourite YouTuber and I love your content. Keep it up, pal. I'm sorry, I have to try next stream. Mate, that amount of money, I would say don't ever super chat as £100, because PayPal's an easier way, man. Because I know a lot of people don't know this, so let me just be blunt and put it out there. On super chats like that, people often think somebody sends a 50 quid super chat or a 20 quid super chat that you get 20 quid. We don't. We get about between 60 and 70% of any money that comes in like that, because YouTube take their cut, and then sometimes Google or whoever take their cut as well, or Apple Pay. So if anyone's ever looking to send a large donation like that, which of course we're not asking for, but I'm just reading a comment out there, we do have a PayPal account and stuff like that as well, where you can send it to us that way, where, you know, we're not having to give over a large chunk of the money. So if you ever do want that information, folks, let us know. We can probably stick it in the description, but man, don't be sending us 100 quid. Just Christmas, go do something nice, give it to charity, or do you know what I mean? We could all do with the money and stuff, but it's the season of goodwill, man. I appreciate your love and support, but 100 quid's a lot of fucking money. Maybe give it to a charity or something, buddy. 25 million for Origi. Nice, said somebody. I think maybe a little bit less. Liz said, happy channel anniversary. Is it our anniversary, Liz? This YouTube channel is 3 years old today. Wow. Didn't know that. There you go. I didn't even know that. So it took Liz, legend Liz, thank you so much for that. Wow, we're 3 years old. Little old us. What, time has absolutely flown, hasn't it? That's mad, 3 years. Crazy. There you go. Happy birthday, Anfield Agenda. Thank you to everybody. That genuinely has taken me by surprise. Did not know that one bit. And again, Mustafa's made a really good point. 2 years ago from today, ALISSON made that incredible save against Napoli. What a save. We would not have got to the Champions League final that year without that mad save that ALISSON made. Still never know how he made it, but yeah, 2 years to the day, Mustafa, spot on. Loads of people saying happy anniversary. When I first seen that, Liz, I'm not going to lie, I looked down and I just seen the word anniversary and I'm thinking, oh shit, have I forgotten this? Have I forgotten my anniversary with my wife or something? Thankfully, it's just the channel. Connor didn't even send me a bunch of flowers. It's our anniversary and he hasn't even sent a bunch of flowers. Miserable git. TikTok does really need you, Craig, mate. Honestly, I never thought I'd be saying Anfield Agenda have a TikTok account. Never. This channel coincides with Glorious Red's era. It's brilliant, Neil. We couldn't have asked to start the channel at a better time. I was doing podcasts during the Rodgers stuff and during the Roy Hodgson era, so it didn't just start when times got good for Liverpool. I was making Liverpool content when we weren't the glorious beast that we are today. I found it looking for a boxing match, said Dave. Wow, nice. That's mad. Happy 3 years. After YouTube's cut, you should get about $3 from this, said Baseface in Space. Probably about $4.50. No, $3.50. $3.50, mate. Probably about $3.50. But either way, thank you, pal. You're a ledge. Craig, I don't mind. Excuse me. Let me just read this out again. Istanbul05 said, Craig, I don't think we should spend in January. The youth have stepped up and we've been class. Some players will leave in the summer, so having money then could be crucial to strengthen. Yes, and I kind of made a video last night that went out earlier on the channel today where I pretty much intimate what Istanbul05 has said there. I wonder if Klopp are going to have a look at the progression of Reece Williams and Billy Comedio and think, well, maybe I will hang off here. Maybe I will hang off till the summer. And I'm not saying if that's right or that's wrong, but if that's what the gaffer does, I do understand where he's coming from on it. And if you get a chance, maybe watch the video. It's only about 9 minutes long or something like that. John Conway, how are you, sir? Said, good evening, Craig. Fulham 0, Liverpool 4. That's John's prediction. I'd be very happy with that, John. We should try find some of those podcasts and react to them. Oh, I don't know, mate. Reacting to my own stuff. I don't know about that. Congratulations, 3 years. Still remember Craig had long hair like Rude Huller. I wish I did, buddy. God, I wish I did. Yeah, look, so the channel may be alive 3 years, but Anfield Agenda hasn't been alive 3 years. We had the channel for, I think we had the channel for about 6 months maybe before we actually turned it into Anfield Agenda. We used to have a channel called TOTT Sport, which was just Talk of the Terrace basically is what it was all about. And we used to do podcasts and just put the audio up, but then we decided to go full-time YouTube. And well, I say full-time, I meant with all our content. And yeah, best decision Connor has ever made. You may be 3, I don't know what that means, but you're still Uncle Craig. You're the same age as me, so I'm Auntie Kate. That'll do me, Kate. So what I mean, Uncle Craig will do fine, and Aunt Kate will do absolutely grand as well. And as always, Kate, thank you for your comments. You always make us smile. Do I think Thiago will be back for Spurs? No, I don't, mate. I wouldn't be looking at Thiago this side of Christmas, to be honest. Starting predictions for Fulham, I haven't got a clue, mate. I don't do. That's one side of things I don't do. I don't look at the opposition's possible starting lineups because I'm a bit old school. I'm of the mindset is they need to worry about us, and I want to worry about who we're starting. If anybody else wants to have a bash at Fulham's predicted 11, by all means, but I don't have enough excitement in me to give a shit about Fulham enough to go on, or any team. It's usually why we bring on an opposition fan, because we'll get their take on it, and they'd obviously be far more knowledgeable if they're starting 11s than me. But we did manage to get a Fulham fan or a Spurs fan, so yeah, maybe I'll try a predicted 11 for the Wolves game. Or no, wake up, Houlden. I mean, come on, the people watching, and here's you acting like a dope. Get it right. I know it's live, but still, man, get your shit together. I might try and do it for the Spurs game. I might try and do a predicted Spurs 11, mate, but apologies on this one. You're my favourite YouTuber, said Kate. Thank you. I'm my favourite YouTuber as well, surprisingly enough. Still weird calling myself a YouTuber. I mean, 39 years of age, it's a strange feeling, I'm not going to lie. What does our team look like to you? Oh, apologies. I've already put up the Fulham. I'll do it one more time before I finish up tonight. Right, here's my predicted lineup for the game. And somebody asked me this earlier on and I said no. So to that person, I apologise. I'm going to do it again now. Here's my predicted lineup for the game against Fulham. ALISSON in goal, Trent at right back, Robbo at left back, Matip and Fabinho as the centre back pair. Midfielder, I'm going to go for Jordan Henderson, Gino Wijnaldum and Curtis Jones to keep his place there. And then with Diogo Jota having a knock, I'm thinking maybe rest him. So go with Sadio Mane, Roberto Firmino and Mohamed Salah as the front three for the game. Again, keeping in mind that we'll have Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back on the bench as well, which is great news. So yeah, that's my predicted 11 for the game. Sorry, mate, I misinterpreted what you said, but it was still a good idea. I probably still should start looking into opposition 11s more, mate. So again, even though we mightn't have come across it naturally, we think we came to the right conclusion, buddy. And Even though it wasn't your original point, there's still a point there. Joanne, thank you so much for the happy birthday super sticker, mate. You're always so kind and generous. Salah triple captain this weekend. I don't know. I'd always go home for a triple captain. So like the Reds being at home. But I don't know. That's one part of FPL that I really do wait till the end of the season, because you want to wait really till there's a double week. So if you're going to pick Salah, you'll get him for 2 games in a single week. So that's what I do with my triple captain anyway. And then again, I'm absolutely shit at FPL. I'll be the first one to admit that. Right, strong team. Yeah, gotta be, man. Gotta be a strong team. And then hopefully another one on Wednesday. Craig, did I go to the Madrid final? No, I didn't. I hadn't got the money. I couldn't afford it at the time, mate. I would have loved to have gone. I was in Istanbul and Athens, but nah, I couldn't afford Madrid, and I couldn't afford the last 2 finals, to be honest. The price of the tickets and stuff were just nuts. It's your birthday, Ahmed. Happy birthday to you, buddy. Before I head off, man, happy birthday. Is Alisson back? Yes, he is. He'd start training today, mate. And the gaffer said if he had no adverse effects, he'll be in the squad for the game. Do I think JOTA will be back for Spurs? Yes, I do. If it's just a knock like that, they probably just want to make sure it's a dead leg, something like that. Make sure that the muscle recovers, and hopefully he should be good to go. Right. Keita should be grand as well. Base, face and space. Jimmy Milner, I've got no update on, actually. But yeah, all good. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm... What's this? Sorry, one more comment for me. Well, it's catch up, Craig, because I just updated. It should be at 39.10. Right. Connor said he put the earliest of Craig's content that I could find in a Discord group. The difference is ridiculous. Yeah, look, if anyone is in our Discord group, and again, it's only open to members of Anfield Agenda FC, you'll see why I always say to people, don't give up. Because my early content was shite. And I mean, horrendous. If I watched it, nah. Not a hope. It was terrible. I was so dull. I was so moronic. I was so real slow, and everything kind of was a bit drawn out. But now I feel a lot more comfortable sitting in front of a camera. So if you have a YouTube channel yourself, or you're going to start making content, don't be expecting to be brilliant from day one. If you are, happy days. But it takes time and practice. My pleasure, Ivan. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a day, because as I did say, I have a really busy evening ahead. Tomorrow, 5:15, Mundo Sporto, I'm going to be doing a watch-along of the United and City game, so I hope you can join us for that. There is a link to Mundo Sporto in the description of the stream, and we're only about 350 away from 3,000 subscribers on there, so thank you for that. And of course, on Sunday, I will be live on here, Anfield Agenda, 4 p.m. Kickoff is 4:30 p.m. Look forward to seeing you guys then. Hopefully we can cheer the Reds on to another 3 points. And happy birthday to Anfield Agenda, or to the channel I should say. It took you guys to let me know that it's 3 years old today, but there you go. Again, massive shout out to our sponsors, Boyle Sports. If you're going to have a little flutter this weekend, don't forget they have that 10 quid no lose bet. So if you sign up, let's say as an example, you lodge a tenner, you put a tenner on that game, the bet doesn't come in on any single on that match, you'll get a free bet, but then you'll also get another free bet or two for signing up to Boyle Sports as well. There's a link in the description if you want to go over there, and always gamble responsibly. But most importantly, you absolute bunch of legends, have a wonderful weekend. I love each and every one of you crazy fuckers.